advantage that Slark does gain. So we're going to talk about items. We're going to talk about skill build. We're going to talk about playstyle. Skill build real quick. Level 1 on Slark. All 3 of your skills are honestly viable. Pounce is the one you want to take the least. Like, Pounce is a necessity. You fucked up at the rune. You got, like, people chasing you, and you have to pounce away. That's a rare exception. We don't want to take that skill. But if we absolutely have to, it's better than dying. Dark Pact is great at helping you secure range creeps. Through heroes that stun. Through heroes like Rubik that have Fade Bolt. Attack slows like Phoenix. It's super great for securing range creeps because it's an ability that goes off while you're attacking. So it gives you that extra 75 damage over time with your right click, and also purges any stuns or slows that are trying to prevent you from getting that range creep. So strongly consider leveling Dark Pact as a way to secure a range creep when your support can't, or you can now because you have Dark Pact rather than not. It's also better against ranged heroes in general. I love Dark Pact against Bat Rider. Essence Shift goes down in value when you're against ranged heroes. Like in my lane, I was against Rubik, Death Prophet. Earth Spirit, Death Prophet, but the core is a Death Prophet, so I'm not hitting her very often. Pretty much by level 3, most games I'll have 1-1-1. There are exceptions where sometimes I'll skip Pounce or Essence Shift and put 2 points in Pact. And there's also some exceptions where I'm crushing the lane and I'll skip Pact and go 0-1-2. I'd say my skill build is either 1-1-1, 2-1-0, or 0-1-2. There's very few matchups, if any, that it's not one of those. At the end of the day, though, at level 7, unless I put a second point in Essence Shift, I am always maxing my Pact. I have not been able to find reason enough to max Essence Shift past 2 points. I feel like at that point, the ability is good enough as is, going from 15 seconds to 30, and I see no reason to max it out in the laning stage in a way that would delay my farm, because Dark Pact is my farming skill. It is the only way for me to clear camps, it is the only way for me to clear waves. So I really need my Dark Pact. Once you max out your Dark Pact, obviously taking your ult at every level that you can. Pounces if you feel like your problem is locking on targets. Essence Shift is if you don't feel like you have a problem locking on targets. Because, like, say you have an Echo Saber at that point, you have drums, you have a Diffusal, they have less mobility and you can kind of just walk at them. That's the consideration. Do I need that lower cooldown Pounce? Do I need that ability to get on top of them? Because level 1 Pounce is more so of an escape to me than anything. Like, yeah, I can use it to finish somebody off to make sure they don't get away. But very rarely do I want to commit to fights with level 1 Pounce, if possible, because of the cooldown being so long. So if I know I need to commit to fights with Pounce, I'll usually max that before I max Essence Shift. Moving forward, Essence Shift is the one that you want to take, but be very careful. I love baiting shitty Slark players, like those 6K Slark players that, you know, watch my guide from 4 years ago and think they're hot shit. And if they're at the rune and they hit somebody with Essence Shift and there's 3 of us, they're gonna die. So please be very wary, especially at the rune, especially in the lane. Do not think you're all high and mighty with your Essence Shift and be like, I'm gonna hit this guy, and then just die to 3 heroes because you don't have Pact or Pounce to get away from them. So be very wary when you're leveling Essence Shift. It is the dream ability. It is the ability that gives him all of his good lane matchups. All of Slark's best matchups, with this in mind, are the heroes that don't stun you through Pact. They have long, like, projectile stuns, or no stuns at all, and you just hit them a lot. Heroes that previously rely on tanking through skills. I'd say Timber's not the best counter, or not the best hero to counter. Like, he is nice, but it's not like a perfect one-to-one counter, because with a good support, Timber can beat you in lane. But these heroes would obviously include Timber, Underlord, Tidehunter. These heroes that usually want to be in front soaking damage, those are the dream heroes for Slark to be playing against. Those are the absolute best matchups. When it comes to the carry role, it's pretty much all the heroes I didn't mention that you're fine to pick against. The one thing about carry matchups is that Slark is heavily reliant on mana. Heavily. If Slark has no mana, he's useless. So heroes that counter his ability to play these long drawn out fights
indeed. Forward. 30 seconds to battle.
Swoop to battle. I fly into a rage. Malicious intent.
The battle begins.
Scene. I fly the nest. Swiftly. Yes. I glide on. Gliding in. On leathern wings. Attack! Death to you. Thrust ahead. On leathern wings. Forward. Poison burn. Strike. I fly into a rage. Thrust ahead. My fangs drip. With malicious intent. Swoop to battle. Swiftly. Here's poison in your eye. Gliding in. I glide. Comes green death. Yes. Indeed.
First blood.
First blood is a knight's great honor.
Spitting distance. My poison concentrates. Overseen. Sweet salivation. I glide on. I glide on. Swiftly. Oh, dive! Feel pain. I deny.
Dire structures be fortified.
Battle.
For now.
Quick death. Forward. Gliding in. Poison burn. Thrust ahead.
Dire's couriers being killed.
With malicious intent.
Radiant structures be fortified.
Yes. Unleavened wing. I fly into a rage.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Fly. Overseen. Unleavened.
Your middle tower be taking fire.
I fly into a rage. Swoop the battle. Swiftly. With malicious intent. I'm under attack! I roam. Forward. I glide on. Gliding in. I soar. Hiding. None forget the bite of viper.
Radiant's bottom tower has been denied.
Thrust ahead. Overseen.
Radiant structures be fortified. For now.
Sweet salivation. My fangs drip. Attack! Yes. Thrust
Your
ahead.
middle tower be under attack. Radiant's courier's been killed.
Gliding in. I glide on. Indeed. Ready or not, I fly. Yes. Swoop the battle. Unleavened wings.
Your middle tower be under fire.
Into a rage. Overseen. I roam. With malicious intent. I roam. I fly. I glide on. You be immune. Spitting distance. Thrust ahead. Feel the pain. I fly into a rage. Yes. Overseen. Oh, dive! Unleathern wings. Forward.
Invisibility.
Here's poison in your eye. Swiftly. Indeed. Poison flows. Gliding in. Swoop to battle. Overseen. Thrust ahead. With malicious intent. Strike. I fly.
The enemy's middle tower has been denied.
Forward.
Radiant structures be fortified.
Unleathered wings. More for me. Attack!
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
Yes. Strike!
Illusion.
Oh, dive! My fangs sharpen. Gliding in. Swoop to battle. I glide on. I fly into a rage. I roam. Swiftly. Indeed. Forward. I fly into a rage. Swoop to battle. Sweet salvation. Overseen. Thrust ahead. My fangs drip. Unleathern wings. Not yet. I glide on. I'm not ready! It's not time yet! Not yet! It's not time yet! Not yet! I'm not ready! Poison burn! I'm under attack! I roam. I'm not ready! Yes.
fallen.
Quick death. Feel the burn. It's not time yet. I fly. With malicious. On my way to a one bite. It's not time yet. Gliding in. Not yet. Viperous. Swiftly. I will. Overhead. I'm not ready. I fly. Swoop to battle. I'm not ready! Spinning.
Going into hiding.
Lighting in. On leathern wings. Over the sea. It's not done yet! Not yet!
I go willingly.
I'm not ready! Here's
Radiant structures
In
be
your
fortified. Dire structures be fortified.
I glide on. With malicious intent. Not ready. Here's poison in your eye.
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
I fly into a rage. Not yet! Gliding. My wingspan extends.
Nothing to burn.
The enemy's bottom tower has fallen. A pirate's work is
One
never done.
fell.
But this be a good start.
Overseen. I glide on. I fly.
Regeneration.
On leathern wings. I roam. I glide into a rage.
Top tower be under attack.
It's not done yet! Golden cargo. Swoop the battle. Comes green death. Thrust ahead. I roam.
Isn't that a pretty thing?
I glide on. Viperous.
Blessings upon a loyal warrior.
With malicious. I fly into a rage. Poison! Not yet! I soar higher! Overseen. Yet. Unleavened wings. I'm not ready! It's not done yet!
The enemy's top tower has fallen.
Forward.
Radiant structures
It's not
be
done
fortified.
yet! Swiftly.
No.
I fly into a rage. I glide on. Not yet! My poison concentrates. Forward.
Your bottom tower's being sacked.
Yes. Swoop the battle. Not ready.
You died well.
Gliding in. With malicious intent.
Comes too soon.
Feel the pain. Indeed.
The enemy's top tower has fallen.
Thrust
The enemy's top barracks have fallen. You're a jack of all trades.
overseen.
The enemy's top
I
barracks
roam.
have fallen.
Unleavened
You should not have crossed me.
indeed.
Money to burn.
Forward. Right. I'm not ready. Sweet salad.
I died as I lived.
Spinning distance. Unleavened wings. Overseen.
Die with honor. Well,
I'm under attack! My life.
My favorite customer.
Swoop the battle. My flight muscles. Whoa. Death to you. I glide on. It's not done yet. Attack! I'm not ready! It's not done yet!
Burns, doesn't it?
I will. Gliding in.
Your middle tower be under attack.
Not yet. I fly. Not
This'll come in
yet!
handy.
Radiant structures will be fortified. For now.
Featuring. Claims its victim. Gliding in.
Well, shiver me timbers. The enemy's bottom barracks.
Not yet!
The enemy's middle tower has fallen. The enemy's middle barracks have fallen.
Swoop the battle.
We now have mega crates.
Overseen. Poison burn.
Death.
Did you think your wings would save you?
The enemy's middle tower has fallen.
Thrust. Hitting distance.
Right.
Indeed.
Dire.
Victory.
and burn his mana are super annoying. Anti-Mage, Phantom Lancer, Naga Siren with the Diffusal, all these illusion heroes with Diffusals or mana burn can be super obnoxious. So unless you have multiple ways of dealing with those heroes other than yourself, Slark has very poor matchups against those heroes. Because usually, even if he goes like the Diffusal build himself, he's like a weaker version of them in terms of he wants a long fight, they want a long fight, all of his mana's gone before theirs is, and then they win. But his best matchups are heroes like Lifestealer, usually heroes like Ursa, potentially Troll Warlord, Drow, Spectre. PA can go either way, depends on the game. Lycan's usually a pretty good matchup. Bristleback. I love picking him against Bounty Hunter, core, or support. All of Bounty Hunter shit gets purged by you, and you lock him down as a hero that relies on mobility. I like him against Jug. Like him against Lone Druid if they don't threaten 5-man pushing. I like him against Luna if they don't threaten 5-man pushing. How does Slark matchup against Alk? I like the Slark versus Alk matchup. You have to go like an early paced game where you go like Drums Diffusal or just straight Diffusal and you run at the Alk while he's farming. It's all about having a good lane in those types of matchups. So if you're dealing with Slark against these hyper greedy carries like Anti-Mage, Alchemist, I'd say Alchemist is a much better matchup because he doesn't really threaten you, while Anti-Mage does threaten you with his mana burn. But these heroes, it's all about looking at your lane matchup and saying, okay, I'm going to snowball this lane so I'll be able to pressure these heroes. I would say on Slark, you're almost always trying to go for a good lane, but I'm willing to pick him in a game where he scales really well and his lane's going to be okay. So what I mean by scales really well is he's against something like a Lifestealer, an Ursa, a Jug,